If I'm glad that we hung out last night, because I feel like if we didn't chirp last night, this would have been nuts.
Crazy. It would have been a little crazy. But last night was a huge night. Hanna and I play this game where she sends a picture of a nail polish, and then we have to guess the color. And I wouldn't say it's my favorite game.
Nora's friend Ross showed it to us, and I was like, I thought it was like the most fun that could ever be had.
Right.
I don't know if it really is. Like, I don't know. I think it kind of says to what state we were in, like post.
I can't drink out of the straw.
Why?
It's so dirty. There's like brown.
Let
Just
me
like
see. But you know what it is.
Look at inside.
Oh.
Like, what the hell?
Is the straws over here? Like, could I grab you one?
No, but I'm gonna do the old school way.
Okay.
You never know with these anymore.
You need a straw cleaner.
Like, you clean them, and then it's like, I do
have
pipe
cleaner?
Yeah, I do. And then once in a while
smoothies?
I forget. Oh, I make everything.
So then that's
you name it,
maybe-
I'm drinking it through a straw. This is going to be a disaster.
Margot.
Margot is like licking the rubbing and licking the tripod.
So for those of you who don't know, but I feel like anyone who listens or has listened before knows, like, you and Margot have like a really intense relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Is it recording?
I'm just making sure. Sorry,
because we've already recorded such good stuff. We don't want to lose.
I know.
Us talking about the dirty straw.
Literally, I'd be upset.
But Nora's been away for Thanksgiving,
Uh-huh.
and I think that's like an intense homecoming because Margot doesn't really like when you're gone.
Oh yeah.
And now this is like what, day 2 of being back, and you already have like a guest in the home, and you're doing work.
So I read online there was a meme on Instagram that said your cats like paw at you in the middle of the night because they think that because you're their owner and if they really love you, they're so not used to an animal sleeping and being like asleep for so long because they're such light sleepers. So they paw at you and they wake you up throughout the night if they really love you because they want to make sure you're still alive.
That's really sweet.
And last night we were making sure I was alive like every hour.
Night. Well,
she was licking my face.
First you were gone, so she probably did think.
And then
Nora's
I was, in some ways I was dead to her.
Yeah.
Like, she was mad. And then she accepted it, and then we moved forward. But anyway, she was like pawing at my
Stinky has
face.
Never pawed at me once.
Really?
He, like, when it's time to go to the bathroom, he's like, get your ass up. But like,
yeah,
in the middle of the night, it's just baby time.
Margot and I have a different. I mean, we've also been together for what,
Margot's
like 6
really,
years.
Yeah,
or something?
I feel like Margot and you have like a long. She's a baby, but you guys have like a history.
Yeah.
Stinky's like, we're still getting to know each other in a lot of ways.
Yeah,
you know,
Margot's like a mix of like my daughter, my girlfriend, my mother, my grandmother,
your best friend, your enemy.
Yeah, my enemy. She's everything wrapped up in one little cat.
But I'm so glad she lets me like hold her like a cat,
I
like a
know.
baby, because that's what I need with animals. And I can't.
Here she comes. Here she
Hi,
comes.
Margot.
Hey, Margot. Hey. All right.
What are we gonna chirp about today?
Well, should we do the intro?
Oh yeah, this is. We haven't recorded in a minute,
Yeah.
and it's just like daytime. We're hanging out, and I kind of feel. Okay. Hi, I'm Hanna Gerlander.
And I'm Nora Fried.
And you're listening to
High Heels and Punchlines, Chirp Edition, episode 4. Yeah.
Wow, that was perfect.
And we have matching nails.
We have
That's
matching
crazy.
nails. Last night, I texted in this nail polish group chat that I was getting my nails done. And now that Nora and I, oh my God, does no one know? I live over here now.
I don't think anyone knows.
I've moved out of my apartment.
Just don't give your full
I
location.
won't. I've moved out of my apartment, and now I'm like a 15-minute walk from Nora's house, which is
It's a dream.
huge.
It's
I'm also
a whole
a
new
15-minute
world.
walk from my job. It's just like, it doesn't get any better than that.
I was thinking about you walking to work today. I was like, God, Hannah's probably really in it right now. She's probably having such a good time.
Oh my God. Knowing that, like, if we had planned, because we're recording in the daytime, which we don't normally do, to record at this time, I would have been able to do nothing this morning at my last place. I would have had to just get up, eat breakfast, pack my bag, leave.
Yeah.
To have the time I'm going to gain back in terms of like to record here and to go to work now that I don't have to schedule an hour of a commute. Oh my God.
It's amazing.
And I know it's like not a lot of money, but like I will be saving money. The fact that I'm not paying for transportation anymore to work or to here.
100%.
Like that is going to be unreal.
I have not paid for the subway in...
Did you pay for the bus last night or no?
No.
Okay.
He was like, don't even worry about it.
I feel like you need to either commit to like getting on the bus, you're not paying attention, you're not paying.
Yeah.
Or you need to I feel like I either get on in the masses and ignore it, or I like say like, hi, good morning, and then I pay.
I like usually if you just have a conversation with them, they're like, they do not give a shit. They're like, we're not the government. We're just the people.
They're just so much more face to face than the subway is. Mm-hmm. Like if you're also tomorrow is like my court hearing for that ticket, but like I don't think I'm gonna go.
What ticket? Oh,
the ticket I got for hopping the turnstile.
What happens if you don't go?
The ticket, if you go, is just to dispute the ticket.
That sounds kind of fun.
I know. I need to look at what time it is. If it's at 9 a.m., I'll go.
I would go.
Because I have work tomorrow, same time as today. You would go? And if he doesn't show, the ticket gets...
Oh, wait, I have to go into the office tomorrow. I can't go. I'm sorry.
That sucks. Because this could have been so fun.
It would be really fun.
That's when I wish we were like famous and this was our only job, because then we could absolutely be like, tomorrow morning... We are going to go to the courthouse
to dispute your ticket.
Because fun New York City fact.
Yeah.
If you get a ticket from an officer.
Okay.
For anything, like if they give you a ticket for the car, if they give you a ticket for hopping the turnstile, like an officer in front of you writes you a ticket.
Right.
When you show up to your hearing, if they do not show up, the case is automatically dismissed.
Oh, wow.
And then if you don't show up, you owe the money. So you don't show up, you just owe the money.
How much is it?
But if you show up, it's $100. I'm not paying that. You're telling me a girl who couldn't pay $2.50, like $2.50, and I could have, but like I didn't. And you know what?
You couldn't.
You couldn't.
I couldn't. You couldn't.
I couldn't.
A
lot's been going on moving wise.
Yeah, you couldn't spend something on something like that.
But yeah, the guy was crazy. He like kept calling me a baby. He told me I needed to grow up. So I just feel like, and he like kept like pointing at me, and he was just like escalating the situation. And it's like, we know cops are awful, but it's like, don't they in their head think it's their job to like de-escalate? Like, isn't that like part of their training?
No.
It was insane.
Their training is like, let's go around and shoot people.
No. And at one point I was like, I need to get on this train. I'm going to be late to work. He's like, you don't want to know what's going to happen if you get in this train. And I was like, what's going to happen? Like, what, they put you in the subway to ticket me to shoot me if I get on the train right now?
I mean, that did happen.
I kept saying, I was like, Officer Rodriguez, like, you have a problem. You have a problem.
You have a problem.
And his friends, the guy that was the cop with him was so calm and was like, if you can't pay it, there are payment plans. If you want to dispute it, like telling me the stuff. And I was like, thank you. I was like, I don't like either of them. But I was like, this is what you're supposed to do. One a little bit. If you have to give me the ticket, say, I'm really sorry. Let's make this as fast as we can. I know you're trying to get to work. Here's your rights. Here's your ticket. Have a good day. This guy, I was like, I have to get late to work. He was like, you need to grow up and better prioritize your time. I'm like, who are you?
He doesn't even know your age.
Who are you to me?
Kind of a compliment in some ways that he
thought I was some kid.
Yeah.
Some kid messing around on the train.
Some little girl.
No. I made it really clear. And you know me. I was doing this.
Huge
and
loser.
Then I had 10 minutes to the next train. I'm falling around, walking with him. He's like, you're going to want to leave me alone. I was like, you're the reason I missed my train. You gave me the ticket. We're going to stand together till I get on the next train. We're going to chat. I was feeling really, it was a little bit of a nutso afternoon.
That would make me really nuts. I mean, someone did get shot recently for not paying the fare, which is
now that I don't really want to brag about I literally like torment, like it's privilege. Like I mean, it's just for 30 minutes.
No, it's just like, it's so crazy how lame cops are. Like, and how, like, I used to be like, well, there's some that are good. What the hell? Margot is like running track and doing all this stuff around my house. But now I'm just like, they're all fucking losers. And it's loser to become a cop. It's like, you're a loser if you want to become a cop. It means that you don't have enough going on in your life.
Become an FBI agent.
Become
a detective.
Become a firefighter.
Become a firefighter. Become a detective.
Become a teacher.
Become a teacher.
Literally.
Who makes more? Margot. It's just gonna be like 40 more minutes.
It's really
the way she's looking at Nora. You guys have no idea. No one's ever looked at me like that.
No, she's upset. We have to.
The tripod is like clearly an enemy to her. Look at the way she's looking at it.
We have to rebuild the.
Is it ever daunting, this relationship?
A little. During COVID, I really needed some space from her. And I didn't know how to, I literally would be like, space. But she's such a little schnooky.
I see Stinky for the first time in a week today.
That's so crazy.
Wolf, my boyfriend, went home with his family to North Carolina. But because of my work schedule, I only had 3 days off. Mm-hmm. So I just went home to Connecticut, which was great. It was lovely. But Wolf took Stinky. So I haven't seen my dog in a week. And I see him tonight. Like, tonight's the night.
Do you like my sweater?
I love your sweater. Wait, okay. So you texted me this sweater. Where'd you get it? And I didn't respond.
Which was kind of weird.
Well, because I had sent you a couple messages and then you responded a few times in a row. But you said I hadn't listened to your voice memo yet. And I hadn't. I wanted to reiterate how unimportant that voice memo was.
Oh, I'll listen to it though.
It's me.
I haven't listened to it.
You know the episode of The Office where
I would love to listen to that voice memo.
Where like
it's
the
weird that
upstairs guys in the warehouse have the basketball.
Of course.
And like Michael is like Stanley, obviously my team, and Stanley's like, why? And then Stanley finally gets the ball and he can't even dribble.
Yeah.
I was like just laughing so hard. I forgot he keeps like the one arm up in the air and he's dribbling really low. And Michael's reaction, and I just sent you a voice memo about how funny that is.
It is so. The Office is the best. I know this is very millennial of me, but like it truly is the best show in all of history.
It's
so
funny.
Fucking funny.
It's so funny.
I've been rewatching The Office since 2007 every single day, which I think is like a trauma response to something. But like I had it all on DVD, then it was all on Netflix, now it's all on Peacock. I will follow The Office into the depths of hell. I know. Hannah, I'm like floored that you found this place.
Randomly.
You were just like, I'm at this place, DW Polish. Did we follow them on Instagram? I want to make sure.
Well, because the only DW Polish that came up, because I was dying. Nora shows me like where she used to get her nails done. And it's like the one mutual follower is like our podcast page.
Well, so that's
Did
kind
she
of a
follow
good topic
back
for today.
What do we want to talk about?
About nails and like a dedication to spaces like within the community, like places that we can't like. It's going to be noticeable that I'm not going to 10 Color anymore. Mm-hmm. Oh my God, I hope she doesn't listen to this. No, there's no way.
She does follow the page.
She follows me.
We can't clip this.
I guess we won't clip this, but I just feel this loyalty to 10 Color, and I love 10 Color, but after the experience last night, and like my vibe, but when we go into 10 Color, it's like everyone's like, Nora, oh my God, hi.
But from a getting your nails done perspective, it was the worst experience of my life. I waited about like Nora got her just a manicure, took about like 3 hours. She said that she could do both of us. Mm-hmm. Nobody gave me a pedicure for like an hour 30. Then worst pedicure I've ever gotten in my life, but it wasn't her girl. This was like someone else. While doing Nora's nails, the
man did your nails.
She's helping. She's like also the manager, answering every phone call, setting up people, giving directions to every other employee. Like, I think she needs like an exact clone of her who can do the exact amount of great work. I think she's doing all the work because she's the only one you can trust there. Yeah,
I know, me too. I think she needs to just take one role, but she probably is. Yeah, it's a disaster.
I agree with how you feel about like building community. Mm-hmm. And this might sound like really cringe. There's some places where I don't want us to be close because I can't have the closeness affecting what's happening.
What are those places?
Like I have my usual my last apartment, I went to the same nail salon for like 3 years.
While you're doing this, I'm going to put lotion on.
Okay. I went to the same nail salon for 3 years. Never once did I have a regular person. I didn't have like a routine. I never made an appointment. They never knew my name. Like I would just show up as if I'd never been there before every 3 weeks. Because if there became a person who was always doing my nails, or they knew I was coming, or they were predicting what I was going to get, then I couldn't just like freely come in and look through every color and like ask for things, because I feel like sometimes once I get a closeness with people, I feel bad asking for things.
I can't name one place where I don't want to build community. Mm-hmm. Where like I literally don't want to be best friends with everyone.
I don't want to be best friends with the nail salon.
My friend actually, she was so close with her nail salon lady that she went to her wedding. And like I would love that.
That's not for me. That's not in the cards.
I mean, I don't really like going to weddings, but like I would go to Amy's wedding if she
Absolutely.
really, yeah.
You're her dear.
Yeah, I am her dear. I'm trying to think. I have my girl at the UPS store. I have my people at Naturalland. I have people at Orange Theory. My uncle was shocked by the Orange Theory vibe.
Because it's your gym.
So I brought my uncle was visiting right before Thanksgiving, and I brought him by Orange Theory, and we opened the door, and it's like all my favorite people were working that one shift for some reason, and you guys were so smiley and happy, and he was like, they just radiated this energy that they were literally so happy for you to walk in.
And we were.
And I was like, yeah, and I was so happy to see them, you know? Mm-hmm. And like, I love Orange Theory so much. And like, you know, actually, did Naomi and Blair get back to us about the day? We'll have to follow up on that.
I work with Blair this afternoon.
Please ask her.
And I texted her about, you'll be proud about insurance.
Thank you.
She's going to email me everything.
Thank you.
I need to find a dentist because I need my wisdom teeth out immediately.
Yeah. I'll take care of you when you do that.
Thank you. You and Wolf.
Yeah, it's a lot.
I know. This one is fully in, but now there's a hole in my gum. So that's the whole thing.
Mine were all impacted.
I feel sad because impacted is when they come in sideways.
I don't know what it means, but it's apparently the worst thing. And then one of them, I had a nerve wrapped around one of my teeth, and it was just like pulling on the impacted one, and my whole face would go numb, and they thought I was having seizures, and so I kept going to the hospital because I was like, oh my god, I'm having these seizures in my neck, and all. It was just so painful. I couldn't even talk. I wouldn't be able to speak, and I was drooling.
When was
and then this is in college, my senior year.
Oh my god.
And then finally I went to the dentist, and they were like, you're not having any seizures. Like, get her off the Percocet. Like, this is not, they had me on like anti-seizure medication, like my senior year, which like obviously I loved.
Yeah.
And I was like, it was crazy though. Like I would just go out, and like all of a sudden this thing would happen with my mouth where like it would be so debilitating that I had to stop whatever I was doing.
What was it doing? Just like, was it
just was a really sharp pain to the point where it was so painful. You know, when something's so painful in your body actually goes numb because it's like a defense mechanism to try to get it so you don't feel the pain.
Yeah.
And that's literally, so my whole face would just go numb, but it was like aching and pain. And then I would just start drooling, and I couldn't talk, and I just had to like sit there, and it was hell.
How long did it last?
Sometimes it would be like a full day. It was literally the worst hell. And I was like, this is just going to be my life for the rest of my life. And my dentist was like, no, this is your wisdom teeth. And he was like, and they're all severely impacted, and one of them has a nerve wrapped around it. And that's like why. And when I went and got my wisdom teeth done, I just saw the teeth down the middle. And this is so...
Oh, that scared the shit out of me, though.
And this is so random. My wisdom tooth doctor just got arrested, and he's in prison. Not my dentist. Very close with my dentist. Love my dentist. I'm talking about my oral surgeon, the guy who did my wisdom teeth. He overdosed his girlfriend by accident on whatever pain medications that he was like side giving her. Isn't that crazy?
And she died?
Mm-hmm. And she was like young.
Oh my god, that's terrible.
So I think they were doing like, I think it was like a bunch of different stuff. But they were doing like a mix of different pain pills. And I looked it up. He's like in prison. So the guy who did my teeth is in prison.
That's nuts.
Crazy.
Wow, that's I want to say something.
Yeah,
that
go
I think
for it.
is crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's crazy that you... Like, okay, he wasn't, say in a world where he's not trying to kill his girlfriend. He just like made a whoopsie.
Oh, no, it was a whoopsie.
Right.
Yeah.
And now he's in prison.
Right.
Like, that's crazy to think about. Like, like doctors all the time. Mm-hmm. Even like with Matthew Perry, who was asking for certain drugs and people got it for him. And now those people are on trial to go to prison. Do we need to check it?
I'm just gonna lightly check it, but you keep going. Oh, I it's not something we need to pay attention to.
We at our job.
Sorry, what were you saying?
Like Matthew Perry, you know, who passed away.
Yeah.
And they found like out that he asked for some type of drug from his like assistant, and his assistant got it for him. And now that assistant like might go to prison for that.
Wow.
Because Matthew Perry died from it.
Well, did she get the drug for him? Because you can't do that really, right? Like,
I don't really know
the sold him the drug.
I don't know the logistics, but like, and I'm not. I think it's awful that he passed away. Obviously, this is not saying that like I don't feel bad. I'm just saying it's crazy to think about. Like, okay, say I worked for you, and you were like, I need you to get me this. I would just do my job and get it for you. You know.
Yeah.
And then if you died from it. Yeah. That would like, they'd be like, well, you gave it to her.
Oh my God.
But like, it's like, no, like she's my boss. Like I have to get her whatever she asked for.
Why doesn't the boss get in trouble? Oh, I guess the boss is Matthew Perry.
Sorry. We need harsher. I think he got in trouble.
Should I read his book?
Sure.
It's always on Audible. And I'm
actually,
should I read it?
I do know some people who read it and really liked it.
Really? I'm not a Friends fan. I'll be honest with you.
I don't think it's about Friends.
It's about opioid addictions.
It's just kind of like him and his struggles with addiction while being like in the public eye.
Okay.
And
I read a lot about that.
Some stories about, I think what people find sad is he shares in the book like his greatest wishes for himself. And a lot of them were about like having children of his own. Oh, that's why
they didn't come true.
No.
Did he have any kids or a wife or anything?
I know he didn't have kids. I don't know if he was married. Oh, a lot of the Friends people didn't have kids. No, I guess just him and Jennifer Aniston. Does Joey have kids?
I don't know. I would have kids with Joey though.
Okay. Well, let's just email him.
Okay, so that also should be something that we talk about. Thanksgiving moments with moms. My mom said the wackiest thing on Thanksgiving. You know when parents are like, they're like, if you want a job at Google, you go down to Google and you walk into the CEO store and you say, I want a job and I've come all the way here. You know, like boomer moms and like, dads are always saying that. I
get it. For them, that was an option.
Yeah.
If we walked on Google without
they
permission,
would shoot us.
No, we'd be dead.
They'd shoot us.
And we'd be like, sorry, we were just trying to get a job. They'd be like, who are you?
Like anytime I want a job, they're like, you just go in there and you get it. And
it's like,
you tell them that
it's
like, no, you can't. You can't even like get past security.
No.
My mom was like, we were talking about, because of course I'm like the only single person in my family, and like it's been an ongoing.
Are you actually though, or that's like
no, like literally, like
okay,
I've never brought someone to Thanksgiving, and it's so weird. Like everyone else, even like my baby cousins, have brought people home for Thanksgiving, and I've never brought anyone, and I always have like a wacky story that's going on. It's like so embarrassing. This is why like sometimes I feel like, I know in the comedy community people think I'm like really put together, or like Sherry said that in our last episode, but like I feel like the wacky lady when I go to my family, because I'm like,
well, that makes sense. You know, I feel like in that dynamic you probably are the wacky lady if everyone's like coming home in their nice little outfits and bringing their boyfriends.
Totally.
I would say in terms of life and living in New York, you're like very put together.
Yeah,
like
that's what I think too. That's what I think too. But anyways, so my mom says to me, she's like, Nora, do not worry. I'm going to set you up with, first she says, someone in her choral group, which is like a seniors only like chorus that she's in.
Wait. I want to join that.
You honestly should. My mom loves it. My mom's an amazing singer, and she has an amazing. I'm sure that there's no doubt they're going to be singing some Christmas stuff or anything holiday related.
Good to know. I'll reach out to her.
It's in DC though, so you'd have to travel. But I'm sure there's one in New York.
Well, Wolf she loves has family in DC, so maybe.
And I have family in DC.
We're
all moving to DC.
Why'd I move here?
For your choral concerts. But anyways, choir. We should go to one of my mom's shows one time. I went once.
I would literally love to.
She loves it. But anyway, she was like, I have someone. I'm going to set you up with my choral, the orchestrator. Orchestrator, the guy who's the conductor. And then she was like, I was going to, but he has 2 kids and he's married. And I'm like, how old is he? He's like 60 something.
Okay.
So it's like, okay, that was
like
actually
back to back, like bullets.
Like, no. And also, I don't really want to marry the chorus person.
I also I feel like, I think we should tell her, like, we don't want a 60-year-old for you.
100%.
Like, if she meets someone great,
she doesn't want a 60-year-old for me.
No.
She doesn't want that either. I don't know what
was happening
So
there.
then she says, okay, but I'm actually being serious now. Because she was kind of like playing around with the chorus stuff. She's like, I read an amazing book. My mom reads a ton. I read an amazing book by this guy. And I listened to a podcast where he was interviewed. And he just was so funny. And I think he's your age. And he's just this amazing, amazing writer. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to set you up with him. And I said, oh, I mean, okay. Like, how do you know him? She's like, I don't. I'm going to email him. I was like, so you read a book that you really liked.
The craziest fan.
And you're going to email them and say, you got to meet my daughter.
You have to meet my daughter.
Like the most Jewish mom thing I've ever heard in my life.
She's living in New York. She's doing
She lives
comedy.
in New York. She's 32.
She's
you're
the
gonna love. My mom doesn't have this accent, but like I literally was like, how is that going to work? She was like, fine. I won't do it.
On the defense.
And I was like, yeah, don't do it. Like, wait, and then I was kind of like, do it.
Like, email him.
Like,
this was your plan. Let's see it.
If for some crazy reason this works, power to you.
Yeah.
And then I said, what does he look like? She's like, I actually don't know. It's like Love is Blind up in here. So I'm like...
And you don't like Love is Blind.
I do not like Love is Blind.
You like the show, but you don't...
I'm so shallow. I literally am so... I've built my whole life around trying to be skinny. Like, I'm obviously... Looks are important.
You said around seeing. She's built her whole life around seeing.
I really have built my entire life about trying to be skinny.
I mean, like... get in line, you know, like, haven't we all?
Like, I know people are like, oh, like, I wanted to be like a firefighter when I was older. I was like, I wanted to be skinny.
I always wanted to be skinny.
Like, I would yeah.
And like, I cannot lie, I think my family also wanted me to be skinny.
My
like,
family, that's what they wanted for me too. They were like, just like, we need you to be skinny ASAP.
To be able to love myself at any size, but like, my mom is happier now that I've lost the weight.
Literally, everyone's so much nicer to me, like, in my entire life.
They're glowing. They're glowing to see me.
This week was actually kind of hard because I could see people like giving me eyes. I've really been stuffing my face with sweets because I don't drink. And especially like on holidays, I'm like, I just, it's hard to be around people who are drinking, especially my family. It's just like a lot, like, whatever. But there's amazing desserts at Thanksgiving. Like, we have like a pie sampler on one night.
Amazing.
And so I was just like funneling the food up my ass like the whole time. And it's just like, I could see people kind of being like, I'm not fat.
Because that's like what Thanksgiving is for. Like, Thanksgiving is the eating holiday. And Christmas is a sweets holiday. So it's kind of like... mind your business.
No one said anything. I think this also could just be in my head. But the thing that I love about Jewish women, specifically like older Jewish women, is they will tell you how it is always. And so like it's both a blessing and a curse. But I walked into our first meal and my aunt was like, she's like 78. She was like, skinny, 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 walking to the table. And I was like, you know what? That's like really problematic, but we love that.
That's like exactly what I need
That's
to
actually
hear.
exactly how I want to be greeted everywhere.
I say all the time that like I can't stand like my generation because like I didn't lose 80 pounds for people to tell me like I look so happy. Like, I want to be I've always wanted to be skinny. And yes, maybe I need to like work on this and unpack this and love myself no matter what. But like, I've lost a lot of weight. Like, just say like, you look thin. That's what I want to hear. Yeah. Stop telling me I look happy. I'm not happy.
That like, cares about happiness.
I just wanted someone to like, if you grew up chubby and then like were the big girl for a part of your life and then you lose the weight, like, we don't have to say it forever, but like one time you look skinny.
I have worked so hard for this medium, like this size medium. I've worked so hard for it.
So it's like, let me hear it.
Like let's
hear it in the back.
Were you the one that was like fixing my sweater the other day? And it was randomly a small, and I was like, no, don't fuck with the tag. It was Kate, actually. I remember this.
Like, I don't think
Kate was like, your tag's out. And I was like, I know, just leave it there. Just leave it.
Leave it. Let him see it.
And I was like, actually, do you see the size there? It's small.
Me.
It was like a crop. It was like a crop top on me, but I was like, it's small.
But I'm wearing it.
But I'm wearing it, so let's just leave it out.
I sat for Thanksgiving. The way they did it this year was like a lot of the girls were put to the same table together. Oh my God. It was fun. Lots of gabbing and chatting.
Yeah.
But like food wise, everyone their tiny little portion.
They're like, I can't eat anything
Everyone
else.
like, I had a granola bar for breakfast, so I won't be able to finish. It's like, girls, like, let's just
I drank too much water today.
Let's just eat. And something that I want to say is, and don't get mad when I say this because it's just a separate side note, okay? Having a boyfriend, like okay, hold on. Having a boyfriend's
amazing. You should try it, Nora.
That's not what I was gonna say. Kind of, if you have a good boyfriend. If you have a toxic boyfriend, you won't relate to this.
Yeah.
If you have like a good, normal, like guy boyfriend, they will heal your relationship with food. Because like they don't think about food the way like women are taught to. Like Wolf is always like, you need to eat more. Like, why haven't we had breakfast? Like, what are we doing for lunch? Like, you haven't had dinner. Like, we can go to bed without dinner. And I used to be like, a couple grapes should tie me over tonight. And Wolf was like, no, like I'll make you a sandwich. And like at this table, I could tell these women like we need to step it up. I was the only one with they all have boyfriends, but I think they have like olden time boyfriends.
Olden time boyfriends
keep it skinny boyfriends.
Oh God, that's the worst.
And then there was a couple singles at the table.
Yeah, I find it liberating to just call it how it is. We grew up with almond moms. We grew up with this situation. Like, let's stop.
My mom is not a full almond mom.
My mom is an almond mom, but she's not a pusher of an almond. She actually just physically eats almonds all day, but she's actually not. She was always very positive about my body, and she was always trying to tell me I was beautiful and always trying to make sure that I had clothes that fit me, and was actually very progressive in her, because she felt like she didn't receive that as a child. So in that regard, it was great. I will not speak about my father, rest in peace, what he did, but he did the opposite of that.
Okay.
So like quite literally the opposite. So that I think is where I got all my fucked up body stuff. But what I'm saying is that like she is an almond mom, and that she will eat almonds all day, like almonds and berries. She's like a bird.
See, my mom like eats normal, but she does have like the diet. Like she grew up in the diet era. She was always on a diet. Or trying the newest workout craze.
I did everything. I was at Jenny Craig
Curves?
By the time. Of course I know
the gym.
Yeah, of course. It was underneath Jenny Craig.
I'll never forget. My mom used to take me. She'll after work come home and get me at the house because I was alone more than any child should have ever been. I was like alone. I was putting on concerts at the house. I was reorganizing the house. Like I was hosting talk shows by myself. Like I was alone at the house a lot.
I wish we had known each other because I was alone all the time too.
Oh my God.
We could have just hung out
and chat.
Yeah.
There should be a pen pal program for kids who are alone at the house.
Maybe.
Because like imagine if I knew like, oh, Nora, I'll call Nora in DC.
Yeah.
She's alone at the house.
That was kind of like AIM chat.
See, I didn't have that chat because we didn't have a computer.
Oh,
I was like really me and the landline.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But my mom like eats, she used to pick me up after work, and then I would sit on the couch and hang out while she did the curve circuit with her friends, which looked so fun, but I couldn't do it. Obviously I was too young.
So you just had to sit? They didn't have like childcare?
It was just a couch.
Wow.
Which is, I think most gyms, it's like not allowed. You can't just like leave your kid here while you work out. It's like a liability.
Yeah.
Like you could not leave your kid on the bench at Orange Theory while you work out.
You could if you really needed to.
No, it was really uncomfortable. A guy brought his daughter last week and then like gave her like his phone, and she put her headphones on, and she was sitting at the bench next to him before the class went in. And Brian was like, I'm going to have to ask, like, is she going to stay? Because like she can't.
Really?
Yeah, just because it's like, if anything were to happen, we can't entertain her. Like that's a liability.
And you can't like interrupt the flow of the class.
We can't go in there to be getting him for her.
Yeah.
But luckily his wife was in the previous class.
Oh, amazing.
So she came out, took the girl, he went into his workout. Amazing handoff. But like we were gonna have to like be like, what's her deal? Like she can't stay out here.
Yeah.
And that would have ruined his day. Imagine you show up for your workout thinking like, oh, no big deal, I'll leave her on the bench, and we're like she needs to go somewhere and you can't work out.
Having kids is such a scam. More and more I learn, I'm like, no.
Like, you can't just do whatever you
want. Welcome to
want.
prison. Welcome to...
Did I tell you my Rikers dream?
No, I had a dream last night that I was in some sort of kind of like a Handmaid's Tale prison.
What?
Kind of like a situation being tested on. It was actually really scary.
Tested on how? For
like
what?
like medically, like people were testing, like putting us in groups and testing us.
Oh, I don't like that.
It was really, really scary.
I had a dream that I got moved to Rikers.
Wow.
Like I was sitting in some like doctor's office, and they came in and were like, "We're gonna have to move you to Rikers for the rest of your sentence." And I was like, "Okay." And I was like crying on my way the whole time. And then I get there, but I was wearing like a mini skirt.
Oh man!
It was
well. You have to change your clothes once you get there.
No, like I was like there, like everyone was in mini skirts.
Oh, okay.
It was like girls Rikers.
Yeah, there's girls.
But like I don't imagine they're all like in mini skirts, and there were like big beds everywhere, but not in like a scary way. But it was like it was like a spooky vibe, and I kept trying to talk to the girls, and nobody wanted to talk to me.
I'm really worried because you said that your dreams tell the future.
One time.
Okay.
Come on. Don't do that to me. Because remember, I had the panic attack about what the dream meant. And I said, all my dreams are coming true. And then you said one dream has come true.
Yeah.
Can I give the context? I had a dream that Stinky got out. Yeah. And then, no, I've talked about the scratches on the back. Mm-hmm. You know about the whole episode with the back scratches. Mm-hmm. And then that day, Stinky didn't get out. But after playing with the dog, they got tangled. And I was untangling the leash, and he like got away from me for a minute, which was awful and terrifying, but really weird to happen the day after I have this dream. Literally, dream, wake up, it happens. Then I had a dream that Wolf cheated on me, and then I was really beside myself because I was like, I called Nora and I was like, all my dreams are coming true. And she was like, one dream.
And now your ass is going to Rikers.
And now I'm going to Rikers.
I really hope not, because I just looked up the distance between my house and Rikers because I'm trying to start that book club.
Is it really far away?
And it's so far. And so I'm still committed to starting the book club. But it's gonna be like, it's gonna be a moment every.
Where is Rikers?
It's on Rikers Island. It's like you have to take like a ferry.
Oh my God.
It's like going to take me like an hour and a half, like 2 hours. Is it the
only thing on the island?
Actually, that's a good question. I don't know.
I don't either.
But I think...
Is the women's prison as like awful as they say the men's is?
Yeah. They're both really, really bad. I mean, all prisons in America
prison system is so
up.
upsetting.
It's disgusting. That's why I want to start the book club.
Do you want to know something I learned that was really upsetting?
Yeah. I
always thought it was kind of cool that on the buses that transport prisoners, it said New York's boldest, because I was like, yeah.
Does it say that?
It does, because like, yeah, the prisoners are New York's boldest. Like they're doing the crimes. But I learned that's the motto for the cops.
You know what the theme of this episode is? Fuck cops.
Fuck cops.
Like cops, go kill yourselves.
On the bus where you're transporting prisoners who probably shouldn't be in jail.
Didn't do anything.
Like to have your logo be that you're the boldest. No, the prisoners are the boldest.
The only people that should be in prison are P. Diddy, Elon Musk, and Harvey
Officer
Weinstein,
Rodriguez,
and Trump, and Trump's entire cabinet. They should all be hanging out.
And
at
anyone
Rikers.
who bullied us.
Yeah, but like even like everyone who's there is not. It gets me really fired up.
It's so expensive. The money we're spending, like locking people up who want, like anyone who's locked up for marijuana right now, like this is nuts. Literally let them out. Wait, it's legal in New York.
I just need to check one thing. Because not
Oh.
about prison. I just have this weird feeling that I had an interview today and I didn't want to. Sorry, I'm just having this
don't be sorry.
mental breakdown really fast.
Okay, do you want me to keep talking about something?
Yeah, just keep. Talk about prisons.
It's
going to be hard actually if you talk about prisons because I want to say a lot of stuff. So maybe let's switch the conversation.
I have 2 questions for you.
Yeah.
One, I heard an amazing quote.
Yeah.
Just like a motto.
Of course, I have to open the YouTube app.
Oh my God, what?
It's like so crazy.
For the interview?
Yeah, wait. No. I'm not gonna do that. Instead, I'm gonna do something else.
Okay.
Keep going.
Okay, so you know my new motto about the sausage getting made.
Yes.
I have a new motto. I have a new motto. I recently in my life am kind of feeling like if you get sausage from me and it tastes good, like you're eating, you're full, don't worry about how it gets made.
Exactly.
I'm kind of getting annoyed with people in jobs and in life kind of like being obsessed with the process. Like if you get dinner from me, eat up. Don't worry about how it got made. And so I'm realizing that's my new motto. Like, don't worry about how the sausage gets made. Just like eat and be thankful. And then I was listening to this podcast.
It's on Wednesday.
Oh, thank God.
Fine. Sorry.
I was listening to this podcast and this girl was saying her dad's motto or what he used to say to her whenever she was feeling indecisive would be cash the check. Just cash the check. Whenever you're like going back and forth, like a decision has to be made. Cash the check.
Yeah.
And I'm like queen of like in the throes of like, should I do this or do this? Or what if I do this? And it's like, Hanna, like we need to cash the check. We need to make
you have to make a decision
and just do it. And I think my time in comedy has been me following other people's leads. And it's like, Hanna, like we need to cash the check. We need to make our own decisions.
I would like for you to, now that your life is perfect now, right?
Yes.
You have perfect job, perfect boyfriend, perfect house, perfect body.
Could use a little more money.
Okay, but that's everyone.
Okay.
Now it's my turn for you to, I would love to be connected. We should book shows and
it's career
you
time.
should be getting me a boyfriend and,
yeah,
you know, maybe just, you know, just kind of, it's my turn now.
Okay.
You know? So we're going to I want you to cash as many checks and put them in my bank.
Okay.
account.
I feel like we're misusing cash.
Okay. Okay. And I want you to Venmo me.
Well, I need to know where
your
your
checks
priority
in
is. My priority now is career.
Same.
I have never made career my top priority, but now I have the apartment, the boyfriend, the job. There's no excuse anymore.
The body.
It's career.
Let's not forget the body.
Let's not forget the body. It's career
body.
time.
It's insane how perfect your body is.
It's not perfect.
Hanna, I would be walking around naked all day. I mean, you do naked comedy. Like
I would do comedy.
Anyway.
I should be on the December show. Let me DM him.
100%. When is it?
I don't know.
I'm
the face of that flyer. If
you
you see
literally,
a naked show flyer, it's me.
Career first, number one. Then
but like new job or comedy?
No, comedy.
Okay.
Comedy above everything in the world. Comedy above my body, above my soul. Like if we make it through comedy, then that's all that we need.
Okay, that's
and
true.
Then
the rest will follow.
Second, I'll deal with the work stuff. That's not on the list. That's something that I can handle.
Okay.
And then boyfriend is next.
Comedy,
boyfriend.
Because you have the apartment.
Yeah, apartment's great. I have a cat. It's like I'm fine.
You have the cat in the apartment.
Comedy boyfriend, perfect body.
Perfect body.
You know, why not?
Okay.
I really have to go to the bathroom. What do we do?
Well, we started at 10:40. We're at 11:22.
I can't make it. I
then
really
go.
have to pee.
We'll go.
All right.
I'll
pause, Becky.
We'll pause fully. I'll stop talking. Okay. Elton John says he's lost his eyesight.
Elton John?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Completely?
Lost his eyesight. Oh my goodness. Also, today's Cyber Monday. Like, are you doing anything?
Probably.
I
have to.
If I could talk about gifting for a moment.
Yeah.
I am having a hard time this year because, like, my big three, if I'm being for real, are you, my mom, and Wolf.
Mm-hmm.
Like, my closest that I'm getting gifts with that I know what to get you guys. Like, the options are endless.
Yeah.
My list, though, is a little longer this year because I need to get Wolf's mom something. And I need to get Randy and Allie something, my brother and his wife. And then every year, his wife's mom and her mom, so my brother's wife's mom and grandma, get me a card with either money in it or like a fun lip gloss or something. And I never even get them a card. Like, I feel terrible. So I feel I'm trying to find cute. This year, my goal is to get, other than my mom and Wolf, is to get people one gift. I'm queen of thinking I need to give like 5 little things. I want to find one gift that is a meaningful, thoughtful, affordable gift to get like Wolf's mom, Allie's mom, Randy and Allie, that's not breaking the bank, but isn't like a candle.
Right. I was saying this to my cousin the other day. I was like, don't bring anything to my house except for flowers and a candle. Okay. Like if you're coming over and you're like, what do you need from having a big dinner party? Not like us hanging out. I'm saying like if we're having a dinner party, bring a candle, bring flowers. Bring flowers. Flowers are the best.
But like what's a gift? Last year I sent Wolf's mom a Christmas bouquet. It was this like beautiful, it was kind of expensive. It was like almost $200. It's this beautiful Christmas bouquet wrapped in this like newspaper that says like a holiday message in it. Shit. It's Fresh Sends. If you're sending flowers to like someone important, like that's the brand you use. Okay. They do have this thing now where they're sending holiday wreaths, and she's going to be away for Christmas. So I kind of was like, should I send her a wreath now?
What? How much are the wreaths? Because maybe I'll do it too.
I don't know yet.
Okay.
I'll look that up after.
I have my mom's present on lock.
What are you gonna?
I got her one. I can't tell in case randomly she listens, but I have one thing that I ordered a while ago. It's custom. That's like a really nice, thoughtful thing. I'll share it with you after the pod.
What's like a good gift that doesn't seem like I went to like Target and got you a random thing that like is a good gift? Like say Wolf's mom, I'm actually thinking I'll either get her a nice brand like a Kiehl's or Origins or Fresh like lotion set, because she likes her products. So maybe like a facial wash, mist, and lotion in the nice packaging. Good one
is like finding a massage place or a spa near your mom's house and getting her like a package.
Oh, she does love to go to glam spa.
Yeah, like
she
getting her.
Do you know my mom gets facials like every other week?
That's as she should.
That's insane.
I hope I'm getting a facial every other week.
And then do you want? Whenever I come home, I go, maybe I can go with you. I'll say it on property. No. And you know what she'll say? They're all booked up. She loves to do that. She'll say she's getting her nails done. When I'm home, I'm like, oh, I'll come. She goes, they're booked out. And I was like, did you just call? Like, you haven't asked anyone. She does. And you know what? I have a lot of respect for our parents' generation.
Yeah.
I was listening to this podcast where they were saying, like, if you were a kid who grew up in the 90s, early 2000s, you grew up going to stores with your parents. That's all you did. You just served as, like, they have stuff to do and you will accompany them. Like my mom, she has stuff to do on her own. That's none of your business. And then she has stuff she needs to do and you'll accompany her. Current generation of parents, like you work for your kid. And when I have kids, I'll be flipping that back.
Yeah, I know you. I know.
If my kid will not have a busy Saturday that keeps me from doing what I want to do.
Totally.
Like soccer game in the morning, absolutely, we'll be there. But then I have some errands to run. I am going to meet a friend for lunch and you will come and you will be well behaved.
Right.
That's what I did growing up.
Please, please, please don't bring a baby to lunch.
Well, not a
they're
baby.
Going to be behaved. I don't want to deal with that.
And I know I'm saying it now. I know it's easy to say now. I'm not going to have some kid sitting playing on their phone while I'm doing things.
Absolutely not.
They will be part of shopping. They will be part of lunch.
Right.
They'll be part of the errands.
Right.
Will not be screen time.
I really don't want kids at the dinner table though.
Okay.
Like
I'll get
just
a little
it's
table.
like we can't like say anything. I'm like Samantha vibes with that.
Well, my mom always like conducted her life like she's got stuff to do and I'll just be there to accompany, or I'll be home, or I'll be with my dad, whatever. But if I was there, like she would be out at lunch and I would be at the next table with like a small snack. No book, nothing, just my thoughts.
Books, you know what? That's what I'll do. I'll say you can come bring a book.
I hated reading so much when I was a kid.
But maybe if you were kind of pushed into it, like I'm going to push my kids. That's fine. If you want to sit at the table and read a book, I understand. That's fine.
You're not having a phone and you're not bothering us.
No phone.
No phone and no bothering. Kids, I think, are a little bit like running the household, and I think that's backwards.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
They should feel like they have a say and like that their voices are heard and they're loved and obviously like the basics.
Yeah, the basics.
But like if my kid is like, no, we're not going to Home Depot, like, yes, we are.
Yeah, we're going to Home Depot and then we're going to Costco.
Yep.
We're going to do a double run.
Hear a thing.
And you're not getting anything at either of those places.
I need to get stuff.
We're getting a giant bottle of ketchup. And I'm not going to share it.
It's for mommy.
Whenever I think of Costco, it's ketchup. Mommy's ketchup. Whenever I think of Costco, I think of a giant bottle of ketchup. And I remember being like, oh my God, it's so amazing to go to Costco. You can get so much ketchup. It's like, ew.
Like, Costco is a little crazy. Like, I think it's funny that people go there who like don't have 4 kids. Like, there's no reason to go to Costco unless there's like 6 people in your house.
It's so
my
crazy.
Mom, I asked her if she could bring in a couple things because we didn't want to buy stuff once we got to the apartment. We were like, could you bring in some paper towels, toilet paper? My brother's wife works at Costco. So she,
wow.
So you,
what's
my
the
mom,
discount?
It's insane.
What is it?
I don't know. I just know that my mom is paying like nothing. And she'll just send Allie like a list of stuff she needs. And then Allie will just retrieve it and bring it to her.
Wow. And does she charge her?
I think in the beginning it was like, I got you. And then it was like, all right, Kim.
Like, Kim, we gotta
I'm going like twice a week. Like, you might need to pay for cold brew or protein bars.
Wow, that's amazing.
I
wish
know.
I had that connection.
It's a good connect.
So good.
And because maybe I can think about stuff at Costco. No, there's no gifts at Costco, is there?
Giant bottle of ketchup.
No. I've never, when I think of Costco, I don't think of ketchup.
I literally only think of ketchup.
I think of samples.
Okay.
Did you ever go on the weekend and get a sampler?
It's been so long since I think it's been since my dad was still around. Like, we used to go to Costco. He was the only one who took me to Costco.
Oh, really?
And it was really amazing going.
It's the best.
I would go like tonight, honestly, if you had a card.
If I do have a Costco card, I have my father's. And it still works.
Wait, isn't there a Costco in New York now?
Yeah, but we need a car.
Uber.
No, Wolf like is thinking we should buy a car.
No. No.
Wait. Can I tell you something you said in all like honesty last night?
Yeah.
So we are very lucky our apartment is bigger than our last place. Some of our stuff that we were like couldn't fit in our last place is kind of looking miniature.
Yeah.
And the bed, we have a full size bed, feels now a little inappropriate. Like we definitely should be getting a bigger bed. The dog sleeps in the bed every night as well. Like things are getting tight.
Yeah.
Wolf, this is a phone call we had. We're talking about this while he's driving. He's left his family's house. He's driving back to me, right? And he goes, oh, I wish I thought about that. My mom has an amazing queen size air mattress. And I go, what are you even thinking is the plan here? And he was like we would sell our mattress and our bed frame and we would use this air mattress. I was like, Wolf, I'd much rather sleep in a full-size bed for the rest of my life than sleep on an air mattress on the floor. She's like, no, it actually comes with a headboard. Like, it blows up a headboard. And he, in all earnest, was suggesting that a air mattress on the floor would be better than our full bed frame and Tempur-Pedic mattress. That's just
men are
full.
Fucking nuts.
It's insane.
Men are nuts.
I could not. And then he was like, I knew you wouldn't like this idea. I knew you were going to do this.
I knew you were going to hate this.
He loves to like bring the worst idea to the table and then I react accordingly. And he's like, I knew you were going to.
I knew
you were going to be negative.
I feel like every air mattress, first of all, air mattresses suck.
Like I guess to have an air mattress if we have a guest, sure, but not for us.
That's so wacky.
We'd be on the floor. We'd have to plug in our bed.
And you have to with an air mattress, you kind of have to plug it all night. You have to keep pumping it.
The little air thing.
And then Stinky's going to put a hole in that in a second.
Absolutely. Imagine him jumping on it. And also like our dressers up here, we're going to be on the floor. Our nightstands would be towering over us.
That's insane.
I was shocked.
I wonder what other ideas he has. No. I think because of that, he should have no say in the decor of the home.
No, because I already kind of threw him a bone when he suggested the most like duh thing ever. We signed on the place before he saw it. Okay. I loved it. We both have been trying to find a place that was bigger and in this area. So when I found this place at a price we could afford, I was like, Wolf, like we didn't have to move. Trust me, whatever, we're good. Then he sees it. The place has a room with a door that's a little smaller than the other room, then a large open space with no door that's attached to a kitchen. He sees the place for the first time and goes, I'm thinking we use the little room as the bedroom and the big room as the living room. Like, duh. Like, yeah, we're going to use the little room with a door as our bedroom, and the big room with no door attached to the kitchen will be the living room.
This is why I don't have a boyfriend, because I cannot have anyone making any suggestions to the way that I live in my space.
I threw a bone. I said, good idea, babe. Because I was like, you know what? We're on the same page.
Yeah. Like, great. So great idea.
I do agree the bedroom should be the bedroom.
That's insane.
And the kitchen should be the kitchen, and the bathroom should be the bathroom, and the living room should be the living room.
What if he was like, and we can sleep in the bathroom on the weekends?
With our air mattress.
Yeah, and the air mattress.
We can blow that up wherever we want.
We should just make the kitchen our room, and then we can have the other two rooms to hang out.
Suggestion.
That's insane.
And you saw one of his couch suggestions for the location of the couch. Remember all the way on the other side of the room?
But also the crazy thing is that he suggested taking your mother's air mattress, which is, I think they're like $100. Like, you couldn't just buy your own.
No, like, and the air mattress is like pathetic. Like, we need to borrow it from somewhere else.
I think they're literally like $100, maybe $150.
He claims this is like a really good one. I guarantee you it's not better than our bed. That's our mattress and a bed frame.
That's so wacky.
I'm nervous for him to come back because, like, I've set a lot up, but, like, there's a lot that still needs to be decided, and I got away with a lot. Like, a lot is how I want it, and I know he's not gonna move it. Like, he's not gonna move what's been done.
Remember when I said you were like upset that he left, and I was like, no, we can make the apartment the way we want it, and you were like, we
can set up our house for us.
We can set up it'll be girl house.
The hardest
I was
thing,
like, let's paint the walls pink.
You wanted to paint the kitchen orange, remember?
Yeah,
I do.
A very light orange, not something crazy.
I am interested in painting the kitchen, but I feel like my train of thought is unpacking needs to happen first. And then the wave of the furniture we need needs to come in. Not the furniture we want, like a new bed, not an air mattress, but like the furniture we need, like we will need a table. We will need a little kitchen island extension, like things we will need for the things to flow. Then it'll be a decor moment. Then it'll be like, I'm getting an island. What are we hanging? That little one from Facebook?
No, I'm getting it from IKEA. I decided.
Okay, now we're in like final
moments. I'm down to wrap it up, honestly, if we want. I feel like we've had this is an amazing episode. I would listen to this for 4 more hours. It doesn't even like
feel like they're here.
I know. A lot of times I forget, and then I'm like, oh, whoa. We're saying that.
We're on camera.
So I was reading this thing that said like Jerry Seinfeld, which I know everyone's like mad at him now, which is such a bummer. I like him.
What are they mad at him?
He's like a Zionist or something. I don't know.
Because they were mad at him before because he dated that 19-year-old.
You know, 17-year-old. The list never ends with comedians who are men.
And then Julia Louis-Dreyfus was mad at him.
And if she's mad at him, I'm pissed.
I know. That when I found out she was mad at him, I was like, now I feel like I have to be with her.
If she's mad at anyone, I'm mad at them.
Me too.
He said in my book, you'd have to do comedy once a day. If you want to achieve something, you have to do it once a day, even if it's just like a little thing, even if it's just like writing. So I think this is going to count as my once a day. I'm not going to go to a mic tonight.
That is an amazing goal.
Like, just, it doesn't have to be a mic. It could be writing. It can be doing this. And to stop like freaking out and needing to like do 100 things a day, just do once a day and then you check it off. So like maybe tomorrow I do a mic. Tonight I might go work out again because I feel fat from Thanksgiving. You know?
And you know what's an added layer now that we have like content? We have like TikTok.
Yeah.
Like making a TikTok. Like,
that's a thing.
That's a thing.
Jerry would say yes, maybe. I don't know. He's an asshole now.
But I feel like in the world of moving the needle forward in terms of like getting farther in comedy, doing a mic, writing new jokes, writing it all, just keeping that train of thought going, creating a piece of content, doing the podcast.
Yeah.
Like this is a great goal. I think I'm going to make this my thing.
Okay. Thank you.
And then maybe at the end of the day, every day, I'll write down what I did today.
That's also part of the book.
Like
it
today
says,
I'm going to
stop
write
making
down...
to-do lists, make done lists.
Oh, wow.
I'm actually reading a great... You
Jerry,
should read it.
what book is this?
It's not by Jerry.
Oh, he's just
it's Oliver Berkman's second book or third book. And you know how I feel about that man.
No, I don't.
He wrote 4,000 Weeks, and I will never shut up about it.
Oh, I do know how.
But he just came up with this new book called Meditations for Mortals. And I've been reading it. You're supposed to do one chapter every day, which is, I was like, whoa, I already thought of that with your last book, but like glad that you're now instructing people to do that. Whoa. But yeah, I do a chapter every morning, and they're very short and just kind of like sets your day. So today's was like, you're never going to be in a point in your life, which also this in the Brene Brown book that I read, she was kind of the gifts of imperfection. She would mention this, but Oliver Berkman was like, you're never going to be at a place where you don't have problems. So just like whatever you're thinking, like there's going to be, sometimes it's going to be a little worse than other times, but you're always going to have something to do, always going to have problems. So it's just about riding those waves and just like as they come, trying to navigate them and believing in yourself as you go. And the reason why we hate problems so much is because they cause us to have a lack of control. And I was like, whoa.
Oliver.
I was like, Oliver.
I need to read the first book. What was it called?
The first
again?
4,000
and
Weeks.
You don't have
it'll change
it here?
your life. I gave it to someone who doesn't talk to me anymore. And it's heavily annotated. Like that big, like heavily.
That sucks even more. They don't just have your book. They have like your thoughts on the book.
I honestly want to reread the book. So maybe I'll buy another copy. I'll get you one. And
that would be a great gift for me.
I know. I was thinking about that.
But I suck at reading books. Like you recommended 2 books for me. I got like a couple chapters in and then I'm done.
I just don't think you're reading the right books. And I think when you asked for a murder mystery, I don't think I should have given you one. I should have been like, no, Hannah, read the other one. Because I don't think that murder mystery book is good, but I don't think it's what you need. You need something that you need.
Yeah, I think I have a hard time doing things that are leisure. Or I have a hard time adding leisure in ways that I don't already like. I already have things I enjoy doing that aren't work, aren't progress, you know?
You don't have to read if you don't like reading, you know?
I know, but I feel like my vocab, I used to be a reader. Right after I quit my job to focus on comedy and was like working in restaurants and stuff, I really had no idea what to do with my time. And I read all the time. Yeah. And I read a lot of books about like career, following your dreams, making the most of your 20s, what people do when they're becoming an actor, like how the people who wrote the greatest sitcoms wrote them. Like I was like reading. And then I just like started filling my days with more movement when I started getting more into working out and more into fitness. And then it was like, that's when I switched to podcasts. So
reading for me has been like primarily my sober journey has been heavily with books because there was so much time. I had so much more time in my day. Yeah. So I was like, oh wait, if I'm going to be waking up at like 6 a.m. now every day because I'm going to bed pretty early or like I'm not hungover, let's fucking read. And then I got into it. I went to a bookstore with Ross actually. Ross is my friend who lives in...
We should have Ross on a CHIRP episode.
100%. And I went to this really awesome bookstore. It's called Greedy Reads in Baltimore. It's amazing. Everyone should go. And his friend was working there. And I was like, I need a book that's like really good for like, you know, a woman who, you know, maybe is getting sober and like maybe just lost a bunch of her friends and because, you know, she was shitty and then, you know, tried to apologize but didn't really work out. And then like, you know, maybe is looking for like maybe a new career path. And she was like,
it's really niche.
That's really specific. And I was like, well, like something like Wild, like the Cheryl Strayed book. And she's like, so a white woman struggles. And I was like, honestly, yeah. I was like, I need a book about a white woman's struggles. That's like, and I'll relate to it as a white woman, and we can move on.
About the Martha Stewart documentary, the white woman's journey.
Okay, that was actually crazy. Martha Stewart. Cheryl Strayed at least was like a heroin addict, and that was like part of her story of her hiking the Pacific Northwest or the Pacific Crest Trail.
And she was unable to find her way, and eventually went to prison. But I would say the overarching theme was like what Martha wants, Martha gets.
It literally was like, and at one point when she's like, when they're like, didn't you cheat on your husband? She was like, he was Irish.
She was like, he didn't know.
That was like for a couple of months, so it doesn't count.
Was like, chill.
She's like, that literally doesn't count.
He cheated on me. He was awful. And then she was like, but when I did
it. Literally, they're like, but Martha, did you? She's like, he was Irish.
And at one point she was like, I don't think he knew. Like, as if that doesn't count. She's like, I know.
Martha, I think I want to read the Ina Garner,
There's beef. There's beef between them, Ina.
I know. Apparently that was very brief beef, and it's actually not as intense.
Brief beef.
And honestly, the Ina, that book might be the book that maybe we read. It's about a white woman who, she, has to overcome some stuff, and she, through a mix of luck and pursuing her dreams, she comes out on top. Touching. That's literally what the book is about. So I'm sure we'll relate hard.
We'll love it.
It was so humbling when the lady said that to me. I was like, great.
She's a little better than Martha, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because Martha's great, and I love Martha's confidence. Like I like a woman that's a little like, I know my worth. I'm putting myself out there. Mm-hmm. But I think it's a little off-putting sometimes too. It's a little like, I feel like Martha toes the line where I don't feel like Ina. Damn it. It's Ina. I think it's Ina. I feel like she's not, she knows her worth, but she's not, she's not cheating on her husband and saying like, it's not a big deal. Let it go.
Yeah. I don't know. What's that? I loved in the beginning of the Martha Stewart documentary where she's talking to Siri. She's like, the peonies do not look that good right now. Period. Send. The garden is lacking flowers on the left corner near the wall. Send.
That's like what it feels like to be on the other end of your text messages. like the stream of consciousness.
When I'm older and I like finally figure out Siri, which I actually haven't been able to figure out in a way that like doesn't make me feel like I'm being surveyed by the CIA, I literally am going to send so many Siris.
All of Nora's texts are like relevant to what we're talking about or the podcast. Then just a thought, and then something she saw, something she bought, and then circling back to the pod.
Circle back. I'm big circle back.
Period. Send.
Okay. All right. We love you.
That was CHIRP.
Thank you to Becky Hermenze.
And Sean Curley.
And thank you to you.
You guys.
And I love you, Hanna.
So that's really alarming. I can't believe you hear that all day.
Right. One time they said a haunted house, but the whole house is just Slack notifications.
That was actually really scary.
It's the worst thing in the world.
If I was ever like feeling like put together at work and like I've unstopped my stuff and then that went off.
It's hell.
Best of luck to you.
Yeah.
All right.
And I'm on my lunch break. It's like, relax. All right.
Shh. Not you, the computer, obviously.
Shh.
All right.
All right.
Love you.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.